Hi, folks. I remember Uncle Ed quite well on a few visits with my dad as we'd walk to town Sunday mornings and whatever. And certainly Uncle Alfred, when they would come down for a visit, or we would go up there for a visit. And I know those three brothers got along real well together. I think that the two sisters, Catherine and Teresa, were also a big part of that family. All right, can you hear me now? All right. Okay, so at any rate, I guess what I wanted to say was that evidently Ed, Andrew, and Alfred and the girls had a wonderful father. The mother had died quite young. They were pretty much raised by the father. And I know my dad always referred to his dad, John, as being a prince of a man. Anytime we'd ask him about his dad or about Grandpa, he would always said he was a prince of a man. And just to think in our culture today, you know, what has happened to the character of the dad on the TV and whatever, and to realize that dads really do play a pretty important role in the family. And I think in our Steicamp group here, that holds pretty true. So I'm very happy about that. Growing up in Adams was a wonderful experience. I had told Roman and Pat, I told Pat, I says, when I get a bit older and so on, I want to live in a town just like Adams. We grew up and we virtually knew everybody in the town. Little kids could walk any place in that town without a worry. I mean, go down and get the mail at 5, 6, 7 years old and walk down to the post office 2, 3 blocks away. You didn't have any worries, any problems whatsoever. It was just that kind of an environment. And I always thought, boy, I would really like to settle in a town like that. And I know the experiences now of many of the people out of there. They don't want teenage children to drift out of their sight in a mall or whatever. They're worried something can happen. So we were really blessed growing up in our time period in the safety of these small towns. And what did we do? We didn't have the technology, we didn't have the TVs. After dinner at night, I mean, it was out to play ball in the street. Certainly we didn't worry about too many cars going by, but we had good games of ball. And then when you couldn't see anymore, it rotated into draw the frying pan, or block tag, or run sheep run with many of the other kids in the neighborhood. And that always turned out to be fun. Of course, in the heat of the summer, and especially the dog days of August, you still couldn't go to bed because it was so hot. So you would lay out on the front porch, the screened porch, and maybe eat some popcorn or drink some Kool-Aid or have a slice of watermelon or so on until maybe 11 o'clock when a breeze would kick up and you were able to go upstairs. And I know many a nights, Bob and Tom, in our bedroom there was only 5 children, but in our bedroom we'd take turns. We had the window that faced the main highway a block down, and it was a big thing to count the cars going down the main street. And I know many evenings we would count 15, 20 cars had gone by. So it was a lazy little town, but it was a lot of fun. And those are memories from my childhood. I only wish that my grandchildren would one day be able to experience that safety of a nice little village to grow up in. Thank you.
How about Leonard? Leonard.
Leonard, would you like to come up and say a word?